Hi everyone, it's Megan and I'm back with my top 10 anticipated releases of 2017. There are so many good books coming out this year, it is unreal. I had to actually narrow it down to 10. I could have probably had a long video for this, but I thought 10 was probably enough. And also a lot of the books that I'm mentioning have also been mentioned by other YouTubers, so I thought I'd kind of cut it down a little bit. So, if you're wondering why I keep looking down, it's because I have to write them down because I have the worst memory. So, I actually have them written down here. So, you know, as you do. Anyway, so number 1 is A Coat of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. I'm so excited for this book because A Coat of Mist and Fury was probably the best book. No, it was the best book I read last year. And the fact that this one's coming out soon is just so exciting because I get Rhysand again and I'm just so excited to see what happens. I hope Tamlin, hope he's not in it for very long at all. I get to see Rhysand and the Night Court and we get to see all of them again and we get to see how Feyre's doing after the events of ACOMAF, which I won't mention. But if you haven't read the book, please read it because you won't regret it because it's so good. But anyway, the ACOWAR War, very aptly titled. ACOWAR War comes out on the 2nd of May, which is kind of soon. I really wish it was sooner. But there you go. Secondly, we have the 6th and final book of the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas. This is not a shocker because Sarah J Maas is my favourite author, so if you were expecting none of Sarah J Maas's books to be in here, then this is the wrong video because I love her. So the 6th book is out on the 5th of September and it cannot come quick enough. Well, it can because I don't want it to end, but I also do because Empire of Storms ended so well and it just... I love her books. I need to read what happens. I don't know what it's called yet. This is why it's called the 6th book. But no doubt it's going to have a beautiful cover and a beautiful name. And it's going to ruin me emotionally because that's what the previous 5 books have done. Worse and worse each book. I'm going to probably cry a lot. But I just can't wait to get back and see Rowan. And also we might see Chaol this time because we didn't see Chaol last time. Spoiler alert. Oops. But anyway, I miss Chaol. And we get to see more of Dorian, and after how Empire of Storms ended, we just need another book. So badly. Then we have Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. I read Lady Midnight last year. It took me quite a while to get around to it. And I am so excited for this book. I know I keep saying so excited. I probably say this quite a lot, but I am. But like Lady Midnight was so good and I loved how they just carried it on from the Mortal Instruments. And Julian is so cute. He deserves the entire world. He really does. And there were so many times where he made me want to cry and I just can't. Also, a certain character that I love has been mentioned in Lady Midnight. Well, he was there in Lady Midnight and he might be back. I really hope so. If you don't know who it is, check the last video for my Christmas book club because I talk about him quite a lot, so you'll guess. But I'm really excited for this and I can't wait to see where it goes. And again, the book ended on a cliffhanger last time, so I just need the next one. Why do all these books end on cliffhangers? They make you more excited. They ruined my life in the best way. Oh, I forgot to mention Lord of Shadows comes out on the 23rd of May. So then we have Caraval by Stephanie Garber. So Stephanie Garber, this is her debut novel and I've heard the most amazing things about this book. Like ever since people kept getting arcs last year, all I've heard is good things, especially from Summer at But On My Books. Like I know she loved the book. It gets me really excited when people love a book that much before it's even out. So I've already pre-ordered Caraval. I've actually pre-ordered all of the books on this list, but you know. But I pre-ordered Caraval like quite a while ago. and it tells a story of Caraval is like a week-long show every year, and two sisters get to go there, and basically one goes missing. They've been told it's only a game, but she still needs to find her sister before the show disappears and her sister goes forever. That's kind of what I'm getting from it. That's what the description says, which it sounds like a mystery, like a fantasy. I don't know, it just sounds so good. But it sounds a lot of the Night Circus as well, because I know that's very circus-y, as in Caraval. Obviously the Night Circus is circus-y because it's called the Night Circus. It just sounds really interesting, and again, I've heard such good things about it, and the cover is absolutely good, as you can see here. The cover is absolutely stunning, and you know, I'm a sucker for a good cover. Again, check the last video. All of the books I got were nice covers. It's an issue, but not one I'm willing to sort out. Caraval is out on the 31st of January. So the fifth book we have is Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab, which is the sequel to This Savage Song. I really liked the book. I don't think I liked it as much as a lot of people did, but I still really liked it. I think you gave it like 4 stars, which is still really good. I don't know. But I am still really excited to see where it goes. I like the divide between the monsters and the humans, and I'm really excited to see how that kind of develops, and also how the characters develop. And I don't know, after everything that happened in This Savage Song, I'm excited to see kind of where it goes from there. So, also the cover again, as you can see, is gorgeous. Another common theme. That is out on the 27th of July. Next we have Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. So obviously Veronica Roth wrote the Divergent series, which is one of my favourite series. That last book, Allegiant, left me heartbroken, and I had a very long book hangover from it. So I'm very excited to see that she's out with a new book. I can't wait to see whether her writing's changed, like how it's written. I know it's about, again, I think it's about 2 different sides of a culture maybe, and I know that 2 characters kind of get caught up in each other's lives and they have to help each other, I think. I don't know, I'd probably buy any book Veronica Roth wrote, so I just saw her name and was like, yes. But I'm really excited for it. I love Veronica Roth, I love her writing, I love Divergent, so naturally I'm going to get her new book because I have no self-control. That is out on the 17th of January, so, next week. That is out next week. Next up we have Warcross by Marie Lu. So I read the Young Elite series last year, at the end of last year, and I literally fell in love with Marie Lu's writing. She writes so beautifully, she describes everything amazingly, her character development is the best. And I was looking at anticipated releases for this video this year, and I found that she was having another release of a book. How could I not put it on this list? It's, from what I can tell, Warcross is a game, and basically the main character hacks into the game and ends up becoming the champion of it accidentally. Which I feel like if I could hack, that's what I would do. I feel like I accidentally win something. So basically she becomes the winner, and then the people who make the game need a spy to investigate something that's happening within the game, so employ her. So basically, she then has to uncover all these things. I just like the fact that it's about a game that's kind of like a mainstream thing, because I feel like that happens quite commonly recently, and I'm really excited. And also, Marie Lu could literally like write anything. She could probably write like a shopping list and I'd read it. I just love her. That comes out on the 3rd of October. Then we have Why Is a Nerve Volume 1 by Marissa Meyer. I've been waiting for this book for so long. It's a graphic novel, and it's all about Eiko, or Aiko. I don't know how to pronounce names. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry if I pronounce this name wrong. But it's all about her and her journey as an android and everything that she does. And she's such a good character. She's from the Lunar Chronicles. And she's such a good character from the Lunar Chronicles, and I'm so excited that we get to see more about her, because she's a side character as such in the actual main books, but you can just tell there's so much more to her, and I literally can't wait for her to have her own book and to investigate what she does and live in her sarcasm. I'm just so excited to finally get a book just about her. And obviously it's volume 1, so who knows how many volumes there were going to be. This is so exciting. That comes out on the 1st of February, so not long. That is pre-ordered. Then we have Warlock Holmes 2, Hellhounds of the Baskerville, I think it's called, by G.S. Denning. Again, the first book I read this year was Warlock Holmes: A Study in Brimstone, so the first book of the series, and I absolutely loved it. It's basically like a twist on the classic Arthur Conan Doyle story. So instead of Sherlock Holmes, it's Warlock Holmes, and he is basically a useless detective. He's just a warlock. However, John Watson, he's the detective. He's basically Sherlock. He was the one who deduces everything and tells Sherlock what he's doing, and basically he ends up being the Sherlock that we all know and love. And instead of having detectives on his side, he has a vampire and an ogre. Because why not? But it's just so funny, it's so uplifting. It was one of the funniest reads I've ever had. And the sequel comes out on the 16th of May. And I'm so excited because I know it's going to be just so much fun, and even when it's fun, it's still... And they keep so well to the story, like the original Arthur Conan Doyle ones. You can just see how much G.S. Denning has like taken inspiration from it. And it's so nice to read as a fan of the originals that he's not changed everything completely. It's just such a clever way of writing it, and there have been so many like spin-offs from the original stories that it's nice to see one that still keeps to the original, if you get me. And then finally, I bet this is a shock to everybody if you didn't know. It is the Throne of Glass novella by Sarah J Maas. This is all about Chaol. And I know that a lot of people love Chaol. There's one person in particular that I know that loves Chaol with all of her heart. And I know that this is so exciting for people who love Chaol, and I love Chaol, but after rereading the series, my love for him grew, and the fact that we didn't get to see him in Empire of Storms made me really sad because I felt like he has a lot to give to the story. And then when Sarah turned around and was like, oh, we're having novellas for him, what more do you need? We're getting an entire book about Chaol, and I'm so excited to see what he was doing while everything was kicking off in Empire of Storms. But it's going to be so good to just hear everything from Chaol's point of view for finally. And also we get to see Nesryn again, and we get to see how they're interacting, and we get to probably hear his thoughts about Dorian, because obviously we always see Dorian's thoughts about Chaol, but we never really see how Chaol thinks about Dorian now. And I'm really excited to see that from his point of view. I'm really excited to experience all of the story from Chaol's point of view for once. I'm so excited to see a book from his perspective. And that comes out on the 27th of June this year. That is it. They are my 10 most anticipated books of 2017. I know I went on about a lot of them, but I'm just really excited. And again, I'm sorry I keep saying I'm excited so much, but I just am. Like, I don't know how else to express myself. So they are my top 10. Let me know in the comments whether you agree with my top 10, whether you have any other recommendations. I'm always up for recommendations, so let me know what your top 10 are. And also let me know what you want to see again next week. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. I will have a video up every week, as long as work/uni permits it. But I'll try my best, and I hope you like this, and I will see you next week. Alright, bye!